All right. Here we are in the build menu. They've got a new opening screen. They've got all the new stuff on here. The road barriers, the fiends. They've even got the walking bird in the front screen. What else? I think the slugs glow differently now. We've got the elevators. There's the doggos chilling out. We're going to load this. I was in this one for a reason. No, I'm going to go. So this is my 1.0 playthrough, my previous playthrough. So we're just going to jump in on this one and see everything that's new in here. And hopefully have lots of fun. Got my controller ready. Have to give that a go. Oof, that was a bit of a freeze on load.
Look out, gifted subs are about.
Look out.
Thank you DJPC 2015 for gifting a tier 1 sub to Gazalanche 77.
DJPC gifting a tier 1 sub to Gaz. That's absolutely awesome, DJ. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much, Mr. Full VIP. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. I'm just going to open Discord. So I've got the patch notes open. It wasn't generous. He took away my ads. Well, it's balanced out now, guys. Satisfactory, Discords, patch notes. Here we go. It's got new architectural stuff, hypertubes. There's a lot. I want to make this. Rightio. There's a lot of new features. Oh, I got snowballs. Who knows, DJ? Who knows? Let's get rid of some of this Christmas stuff that I don't want. They're all over here already. Clogging up my inventory. What else have we got? Yeah, I'm okay with everything else. So, what first? What first? Well, photo mode. It's a lot more responsive on the zooming. So we can, R is decoupled camera. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Okay. Focus. So focuses on, I don't know, autofocus, maybe? Maybe if I zoom right on to you guys. Sound effects? Yeah. And we can hide the interface as well. Okay, so what else? We've got tab is the settings. So you can change those. The zoom, the roll. What's the roll? Hold on. Oh God. And that resets default. That's pretty cool. So there's the focus manual, focus mode. Interesting. Wow, this is pretty full on. And you got your typical photo grid stuff. Ooh. Oh my God, they've got it full. Oh. That's pretty cool. And there's an open screenshot folder. That's a good idea. And this is where you can. It doesn't seem to. Nothing's applying. I don't know. I got a feeling there might be a bit buggy there. At this point, because all of these things you'd think would be doing something. Unless it's when you're in. Oh, so you got to be in decoupled mode for all of this. Right. Show dolly settings. Oh, wow. It's pretty cool. Yeah, right. Oof. That's a interesting one. Good old days. Good old days. 2007. Somebody's Sky. Cheese times. Wow. VHS. And then effects. I like that one. That's pretty cool. Pixeling. That's a cool one. poster one. That's pretty funky. Comic. Fresnel, that's even cooler. Oh, VHS, that's cool. Mm-hmm. Oh, that one's funky. All right. Okay, so you basically got to be in. Oh, and you can set the Pioneer's pose. So, oops. Twenty-four, 26, 27, 30 poses. Oh, you can even hide the Pioneer. And look into the camera, that's pretty cool. Alright, well that's photo mode, that's pretty awesome. That is awesome. Now, what about geez, a little bit of a stutter there on the autosave. I'm actually going to open Task Manager and just keep an eye on things. Wow, it's really using the CPU too. Like I'm using 71% of my CPU. Okay, so what do we get from that? Some copper sheet. Oh, that's awesome. That's really good early game. I've never seen this area without a crash site on it. Yeah, that is cool. All right, so what else we got? We've got photo mode, crash site. Oh, controller support. Controls, controller. What do we do? We say, it says, go to Options, General, Controls, Controller, and apply. Connect your controller and go into the Options menu, Controls, Controller. I think this is doing this. I've got this program, read WASD. for remapping. And I think it should be currently turned off. No, it says it's on. Back to the device's native. So this shouldn't be doing anything. It's there. Rightio. Maybe I'll just disconnect it. Reconnect it. Contract your controller and go to the options menu. Controls. You've got to go there. So they're not really saying that nice. Select controls. Yeah. Select controls. See, that doesn't make sense to me because it says go into the options menu. Controls general. I've misread it. But anyway. So now my mouse isn't working at all. Oh, okay. Oh, so we've got... Okay, you've got scanning is up. Holster is that way. Emotes. Ammo mode selection. Detonate Noblus with both of the left and right thumbsticks. Ping with the right one. Toggle sprint is left. That movement's left. R is camera. So you've got your map, to-do list and codex there. Dismantle, build. I wonder if... Oh, okay, and there's modes. Okay. Oh my God. So main mode. How do you change modes? Oh, I suppose, okay. So when you build, so to start building, it's the left mouse button and dismantles left trigger. And then that's when I'm in the build. Okay. So this is what it's going to be like if you're playing it on a console. Okay. Oh, it went. You can search for a building. How would you search for a building? You'd need a keyboard or something, wouldn't you?
Hey,
Well, you
Smackin',
should know
you
where
just
they're
gotta
at.
follow.
Thank you, Magic
Magic
Gnome
Gnome
Gaming
Gaming?
75 for the follow.
I should know where they're at. Yeah, I should, shouldn't I? I should. I shouldn't have to search for them. Okay, this is what I'm going to hide myself for a sec because they've done it perfectly here again. They're telling you on the screen what buttons do what. You've been playing since update 5 or 6? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking about it from the person that's going to be playing on the console. But here it tells me like my rotating, that's good. My build mode is, okay, this is good because I could see myself, and then right trigger is build. Not for you, although sometimes maybe I just want to play from bed. Well, I think in particular, and I think it's a little bit frustrating, is I've got to choose between keyboard and mouse or gamepad, which means I can't just go, right, I'm going to drive the vehicle, get in and use the controller. I've got to go into the settings and change it. So you've got to go back to, I've actually can't even use my keyboard right now. I've got to go here, options, gameplay, no, controls, and then change this back to keyboard and mouse. And apply. Yeah, and now this is no longer, so it's, so yeah, that's a little bit disappointing. So mass dismantle is right mouse button, right trigger, right. Movement on, was it the X? That's a bit better. Yeah, they spent all that time making controller sport, we can't even play with both. I can see they're just focusing on the console. Got to go and sleep, so I'll catch you around. No worries, Magic Gnome Gaming. Thanks for dropping by. Oh, okay, so now on the map, hey, I never knew this before. Up the top, to-do list, recipes. I've never, is this new? The way it's all put, I've forgotten all about these. This is all, yeah. I'm going to make a note of that one to check that in 1.0. Hold on. Oh, I was resting that on the spacebar. So, need to check map menu, to-do list, to-do, recipes, inbox 1.0. Interesting. Rightio. Okay. And that's just flicking through. I mean, so that makes sense from a console point of view. Okay, so to close this is B. Okay, the hotbar switching, that's emotes, that's holster. Okay, so how did that happen? So left mouse button holding, and then left and right changes between your build menu, your hotbars. I can see hotbars is definitely going to be a controller thing. Definitely. Okay, so the trigger rotates between your different. Man, that's going to be a difficult one. What was the Y geometry? Right, okay. Dimensional, so you can move between them. And you can drop a stack in just by tapping. What's switch area? Yeah, right. Yep. Oh, a transferable type, drop, delete, deletable type, viewing codecs. Interesting. What was the... I was trying to remember what was the button to... No, hold that. To sample. That's dismantling. Okay, so you've got to hold it in and do X. So hold in right trigger and do X. And it makes a noise to indicate you're sampling something. Now, got to hold the thumb pad in, the left thumb pad in to run. That I don't like. Alright. I gotta say, well, let's try it with driving. So, what better vehicle to use? and then I would do. See, for me, I want to press the A button to dismantle. And I feel like running should be a trigger. Now, how did I bring up my... So where did the... Oh! It looks like my golden factory cart got destroyed when I dismantled it. The skin was removed from it. Don't put a... I'll admit this is much better driving than using the keyboard. But having to switch, I don't like it. I don't like having to switch backwards and forwards. It's a real disconnect. I gave it a go. I think is that just a matter of okay, so it's time to actually, now we've got all these, let's go to the, what's interesting is, it's like it's a whole system for the game controller because I can't jump between these menus because you can move around. It's interesting how they've implemented it. What I was going to look at, well, I was curious, this map. Yeah, look. Now, when you're not in the controller, those different menus aren't there. So they're doing the game, it's a different game interface. Like at the top here, there was to-do lists, recipes, inbox, and I can understand the to-do list because how do you get your mouse over to the side to open up the to-do list? So that's interesting. How many coupons have we got? 334 coupons. Interesting. It's from a game development point of view. It's really interesting to see how they've gone about it. To be honest. All right. Let's open all the new things. I assume they're all in here. What do we got? Conveyor wall holes. Yes, please. Conveyor throughputs. Well, we're just going to go nuts with those for a while, actually. Basic shelf units. Oh, yes. Foundations. Walls. Architecture. Personal elevator. Yes. Beam expansion packs. This is where we've got got the shelf beams, the H-beams, a round concrete beam. Oh yeah, and then there's the structural cables, which has different beam connectors. Or they've moved. Have they moved the beam connectors? They're different beam connectors. It's basically a round version of beams. And the ventilation bundle. It's pretty cool. And obviously I don't want any of that stuff. Ada's not talking for some reason. They've added misphonia mode. I forgot about directional subtitles. So here's our conveyor wall holes. Conveyor throughput. Okay, so conveyor wall holes need pipe, plate and concrete. Conveyor throughputs needs crystal oscillators, quartz crystal and reinforced iron plate. We've got the hypertube junctions and the branches. And there are roll-up gates now too. This is going to be awesome. That's beautiful. So you've got your H-beams. the same width as a painted beam. You've got shelf beams, which are pretty much all kind of what you hook these onto. Really? And then you've got a round concrete ones. Look at that round concrete beam. Hell yeah. Oh, it's a individual piece too. Cable, so they're basically beams, but so why did they give us... So they're giving us beam connectors regardless of which technology you unlock. Tier. So you could unlock beams or you could unlock cables, and you'd get the connectors and the supports together. That's fair enough. And the corner road barrier. Let's you sort of do some sort of niceties with this, I suppose. Oh, and infinite nudging. Bye. Bye. That's awesome. That is really awesome. Ah. I can show myself again now. Forgot all about that. Yeah, they're good. Gasolinch, is this all part of the update? Yep. This is all in 1.1. Got these large fans. I got a ground fan. Alright, let's go over. That's right. Under... We've got the buffer stops for the trains now. That's pretty cool. And you know what? The buffer stops will be good for starting a train section at. I've been listening. Concrete road barriers were part of 1.0. They were, Gaz. They've added the corner road barrier. This one here, that's new. The buffer stop is actually going to be a cool way of starting train connections and that. Aesthetically pleasing corners for them. Yep, absolutely. I wonder if they consume power. No. Alright, so... every good skyscraper deserves an elevator. Probably on the other side. Well, this corner is susceptible to the moth that flies. So the moth flies right through here. So I think the elevator would be down here. Is it a transport? It is. Okay, so we're going to make the elevator first. I'm interested, I've got to read the notes on all of them. Consumes power when in use and transports power between all attached elevator floor stops. Transports power between all floor stops. There you go, that's how you get power between floors nicely. No more using like what I've got here with these power nubs on the outside. Awesome. Let's put a yeah, I think we'll just do a so I should be able to just copy this and then put a floor stop here. Alright, so this floor. Alright, so you can connect the floor. Elevator music. Wow. Good way of measuring the height. So I would still not sure how to nicely get the power to there. We'll do that for the moment, but oh, that looks crap. There's only one power connector per. So now that was there. Alright, so this floor this is the awesome sink, I suppose. Ah. Background hissing. Why does there have to be only icons here? Why can't we have all the other ones? Why can't we have numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think they've missed the boat on that part of the. Right, so this is computers. is only here because of that. That goes to there. We're not going to need this anymore. So I can actually get rid of that one until we get rid of all those. While we're thinking about that, oh, we put one here. Oh, yes. Can you put...
Your tastes are questionable.
Right, thank you, Ada. Tastes are questionable, wow. Okay, so your traditional conveyor wall would line up like so. So now so that there. Oh yes. They did it. They didn't fuck it up. They didn't fuck it up. Finally. I can have conveyor wall holes wherever I want them, and they line up to the conveyor poles. And even better, even one at the bottom level. Look at that. That is a godsend. You're not wrong, Gaz. You're not wrong. Yes. Yes. That is beautiful. I don't have a need for them right now, but that's my update 1.1. They did it. Okay, so in photo mode now, this is great because I can hide the Pioneer. Where was it? Camera. Decoupled. Even at this stage, decoupled. Oops. This is akin to wall-mounted power knobs and the discovery of pastry. Wow. Cats. Sounds like you're onto something there. So, settings, decoupled. You really get to see it because you don't, when you play first person a lot, you lose the perspective of the size of the player. Now we're going to, the first person really gets the perspective of the player size. Which, you know what? I think tab decoupled. VHS. Yeah. When you return, you're no longer in the same position, which could be annoying if you're trying to get a photo at a certain position. All right, I'm digging it. We're getting there. This is that's computers. This is crystal oscillators. So I have a feeling that go. Just trying to see if they did anything to the power graph. Um, what else? So I'm just going up floor by floor. This is another crystal oscillator factory. Surely the icon, that's it. I think you've missed the mark there. This one here. Like that. I do like that you don't have to come into the elevator and walk around. I like that the panel's over here. Excuse me. This is cable. No, I just did the wrong one. No, I didn't. I think so. I did floor 2. Yeah, there's a weird thing going on there. This is all wire. I'm so glad I didn't spend time in my 1.0 playthrough to do this building, because this is the perfect building to update and try all this new stuff. A building without walls and needed some transportation system to go up and down. It's perfect for it. This one is plate. Oh yeah, we're making reinforced iron plate. Oh, okay, yeah, because I put plate constructors. Yep, so it's reinforced iron plate. Ah, I must not have. I wonder how long the name can be. Oh, it scrolls. Oh, that's beautiful. Whoever designed that, bonus points. We're making copper ingots on this floor and circuit boards. This will be copper sheet. And it puts a stop at the very top. And you can delete that too, I suppose. I'm going to do a roof. This is AI limiters and high-speed connectors and quick wire. Rightio. Now this is where it is kind of trippy. I don't have a roof yet, so I can't get rid of that power connector. But what I might do is, well, just for the moment, I'm just going to do this. Because now I can get rid of all of these. Always has a bit of a hissing fit when it's Disconnects power. Oh, my power poles probably need changing. That should go to there. And get rid of that. There we go. Everything still seems fine. Perfect. That's much cleaner. Okay, so the question is, let's do a quick check. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Roughly 13 to get to the top. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's slower, but it's okay. I don't think you can get rid of these rocks. Ask Ali about that. Alright, so let's have a look. We've done photo mode, we've done control sort, we've done crash site dismantling, we've just done the personal elevator. Advanced game settings allows the no fuel setting. Trains has the buffer stops. I don't have a need for those anywhere because I'm doing loops. Left-handed path and block signals. Guess what? I'm not actually doing any stuff. Railways have gotten some major improvements with their implementation. What exactly? Don't hit me. Well, let's we've got a train station. Oh, the end disappeared. Oh, that's a bit odd. A buffer stop. Of course the power is going to be on the other side. Okay, so what's changed? Let's have a look. I should have a trainish hotbar here. Alright, so I mean all that you can't nudge, that's normal. So there was something to do with left-handed path and box signals. Pressing R while the hologram's active. I don't think it matters for this. So I'm not sure what the massive improvement is. I'm sure people that build these frequently would be able to tell me. Do you need a double-ended train to go backwards and forwards? You probably still do. Does come to a stop. Those gas pillars too, the effects on them got a rework. That's good. You can actually see that rework. It's quite nice. Oh, what's up, mate? You coming up for a pat, are you? Go on. Hope you get. It's pat time with Randy, isn't it? Hey? What's going on? Oh, he's a good boy. Hmm? He's a good boy. Oh. Mm-hmm. Hey? Oh, you're a good boy, aren't you? Hmm? You liking that? Oh. Oh. Thanks for the hair, mate. So I want to see if just doing that works. Because I remember you used to have to put a couple of stops in. Seems to work fine. That could be part of the rework. That's pretty cool. It's working. I'm just going to leave that for the moment. We've done the conveyor wall holes, splitters and mergers on conveyor lifts. Just what exactly is that? How does that work? How will we play with that one? I don't want to ruin existing production lines. I think. Limestone node, I'm not actually. Let's do it out here. Where's our conveyor? What do they sit under? Their own thing, monitoring. I really need something like see, can't do monitoring on a lift. That's okay. So this is the concrete for what? It's supposed to be 400 a minute for this, for the singularity cell. Wow, that's what it's getting. Never doubted myself. Iron plate. 200 per minute. Ooh. Man, what an awesome feature. Alright, over here. Okay, that'll work. Let's try that. So I've got just for a bit of fun. That there, and I want to put a merger, and you can rotate it. Nice. Which sides? So everything's always still going to be a three-way split. You can't really see it. On these ones, in this, but that is awesome. The way it's been added. And they've implemented the arrows correctly. This is I can see a lot of, well, what about What if you had a... say a lift hole here. And I put a... let's say we had a... well, that's... I mean, it's going to clip to the wall, but that's not my... so there's no... you can't make a vertical splitter. So I'm going to have to do something like this. Or a vertical merger. And if it was a splitter, for instance, right, and then if I did H for lock the hologram, must be built on a lift, so it doesn't like vertical. So it's not going to be easy to have oh, hold on. If you then go down, so that's going to be an interesting one. You couldn't do that. You'd have to then... the only way... the only way. Oh, yeah, that's what's that, a merger? And that just doesn't make that. You would have to do something like this to make it look like it's supposed to be going through, but that doesn't line up properly there. Oh, hold on. Is that how I built that? It's not. Because I built that like that, right? Ah. Okay, that's the way I built it. It's got the same orientation. So I think your only option here is to put a fake floor hole in to make it look like that's how it works. And I mean, I think that looks okay. Can't see why not. Okay, so that's our... Oh, I was playing with conveyor lift splitter and merger support. That's for the I got a feeling the priority merger is a man thing. Yep, quartz, it's a new one. Ada isn't talking to me for some reason. So it's... So how does this work? So it just defines which inputs have priority. So you can have a low, yeah, okay. So you could have, this would work for, this would be really good for our silica byproducts. Like aluminum. Wow, the smoke coming out of the smelters, how good's that? That's nice. Okay, so here so I've got this silica coming in here. It comes into this merger here, this smart splitter. Ah, oh, so yeah, well, it would be this merger here. So I can still have overflow, but what I can do is, so this is what's being made, that's what's coming from silicon. actually can upgrade that. Alright, let's get rid of, that's a Mark IV. That's a Mark II. So my priority merger out this way. So what I can do is, my center input takes high priority. So that should actually stop the overflow here. And then that slows this down. So that's a really good use case for your priority mergers. You can still see some still overflowing because this is backed up, that's fine. But it just means that you can define which input is given priority, which inputs are given priority. In this case, this is the balance that's being made. I like it. It's a good addition to the game. So I think it's well deserved. It would be the same here again. So if I did this one, that's Mark IV, that's Mark II, and that's Mark IV. So in this case, right, oh, so it's remembering the last machine. I hope that didn't change that one. No. Okay. I like it, it's a good use. Yeah, but that's another thing will definitely get used in the our tutorial series. Putting that in. Conveyor throughput monitor. That would be another one I'd like to put a bunch of these around. So I could see them adding more monitoring in the future. And these would actually look good on a main bus. Kind of, that one's a bit off, but this will work really good with the signs I've got on top of my splitters and that. So I've got written down in my sign that sits on top of the splitter what I expect to be coming in, and then we can look at the meter and the monitoring and go, yep, it's coming in all right. It's good for that slow stuff, like 5 per minute. And is it on both sides? I assume it's on both sides. Yeah. Now this is a good example where I don't have everything moving on the belts all the time, so it's actually not great. Whereas in my tutorial save, I've got sinks everywhere that's causing everything to constantly move, so this will give an even realistic number. What are this? These are like 81. That one's turned off intentionally, so I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've doubled that one, 5. That shouldn't matter anyway because it's output. 81 times 5 is 405. Is 405 is what's supposed to be coming in. It says 270. Only the output's doubled because it's slooping. The input won't matter. Yeah, right. I don't know what's going on there. I'm not even going to bother trying to research that. Pipeline build modes. I reckon we should go to our coal setup. What's with the circle? Oh, hold on, no. I thought there was, why is there a circle on it? Thought there was tilting going to happen then. Curved. Oh. Straight. There we go. So straight pipes. So if you get something like this, nice. That's going to save so much time. And I believe how's that? This is something I've wanted for a long time. Curved conveyor belts. That is freaking awesome. Wonder when pipe monitoring is going to... That'll be in the Q&A site. Pipe monitoring when? Question mark. Hypertubes. Hypertubes. So let's say I've got here, normally like I take off from here, you put your headlight on in the hypertube now. So previously I'd come to here. If I wanted to exit at this point, so let's say I reckon you'd put let's try. So these junctions oh, it's going to be some complicated things going on here. That's pretty much what I want. Because I could go so if I wanted to go over there, I'm going to have to go, yeah, it's, that's interesting. So as you're leading up to it, it's automatic, you can automatically see where it's going to go. think what needs to happen here is there's no pretty way about this.
Hey, Smackin', you just gotta follow.
Thank you MHL564667 for the follow.
And then you have that there. Oh wow, you can rotate. That's pretty cool. MHL, thanks for that follow. Welcome. I think the downside to what I'm trying to do here is I don't have enough time to make a choice. But what I did see when I was coming up that time, I can see where that's going, and then you've got to make a quick choice. So as soon as you're in the junction, it works. But it's something you need to have, like, more distance between your junctions. So right now I'm like, no, I want to go that way, but I didn't have enough time then between passing between the two junctions to make that choice. I wonder if they added straight hypertubes. Noodle, horizontal, curve, auto 2D. That really needs a... Yeah, so it gives me that audio notification that there's a choice that I can make. But yeah, that distance between those intersections needs a little bit more space to give you time. If you're going faster, you need that time to make that decision or to see which way it's going. I gotta say, this game coming to console, it's a complicated game to play regardless. On console, it's going to be even harder. But like anything, if you're used to an interface... Now, why is this calibrating? Is it because I haven't been in the area? And I've just turned up? Does that mean this one's calibrating? Right, so they don't remember. That's interesting. Okay, how do these shelf units work? Where are they? Basic shelf unit, where are they? Where was that in the build menu? Organisation. So all they've done in the video is dropped it. How do you do a bottom one? So if I've done that now, does that... Now... Kind of got to go... H and page... Oh, I can't nudge. So how do you... How do I put something in the bottom? Is it... You've got to do that. Hold on. I think I got it. No. Because of the iron, oh, it could be actually polonium. That's a good point. That's actually probably what it is. Gaz, playtime. Your bed is, yep, 40 minutes ago. No worries, Gaz. We'll catch you later. And who is Lim? Hello, Lim. How you going? What are we cooking? I was just working out how I could put these on the bottom shelf. I'm thinking, and then someone suggested it might be that iron node that's blocking it. But no. Just trying out all the fun stuff. Yeah, really impressed with some of the features you've added. They only snap on top, maybe they should snap on the bottom too. Yeah, that'd be good. What I did was, if I do that, and then do that, and that, and then that, and then that, then that fixes it. I want to try it, but I'm scared I'll mess up my save like I did before. Polonium, no, you can. Could vertical nudge? I tried that. I went H and then page down, and building cannot be nudged. I can't nudge. Is it just the... It's only when it's on that shelf. That's dumb. I should fix that. Well, someone could fix it, Lynn. Would you like me to go into the QA site and make some notes? Or have you got your notepad there and you're writing a few things down? It's okay, I'll just change it real quick. Nice. Yep, it'll be in patch blah 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 blah. Okay, I had a few things. The hypertube junctions were excellent. I'll give you some feedback really quick because I've got the whole checklist here. I love the crash site dismantling, that was really good. Photo mode was good. Personal elevator. Personal elevator. I've got feedback about that one. The icons can only be these. I want a crystal oscillator or a reinforced iron plate or a... Because that's the factory I'm going to. Yeah, there's no numbers. There's only these icon browsers. That was the only sort of feedback I had on that. Apart from that, I really love the power connectors on the elevators. That was a really good, it's a great addition for getting power vertically. I love it. I've already implemented it over there on that building there. Mort, is the MAM displaying research like crystals and that still temporary until next reload, or was it fixed in 1.1? I did come into the MAM and I had to research the priority merger, so it worked for me because it wasn't completed anymore. But yeah. No, the UI, not the UI, the building. Is the MAM displaying research? Like crystals. I don't know, Mort. It looks like it hasn't. Okay, there you go. Well, I've answered your question. Great. What else? That was good. Play with the trains. When they say you had a railways rework, railways have gotten some major improvements with their implementation. They should be a lot nicer and better to build overall than ever. It'd be nice to know what exactly. What was changed. I know if it's sometimes it's hard to explain stuff. Did you put carts in the elevator like it said not to do in the video? Now that you mentioned it, no, but we're going to find out. Thank you for reminding me, Polonium. I did spend 15 minutes with the controller, and you've all done a great job at that. I can see you've clearly designed it to be for the console. The only downside is you have to go in to the menu to change to the controller before you can go and use the controller, and now I can't use the keyboard and mouse, so I can't jump between driving a vehicle and that. However, I also understand that you've designed it for a console, because like I've noticed the to-do list, recipes and inbox up here, which previously never really when you switch back to keyboard and mouse, it just becomes the map from then on. These ones disappear, so I can see why it's designed the way it's designed. When you research slugs, for example, the building will display a little petri dish of some slugs. It's easy to miss because it will reset to the default building on next reload. Yeah, right. I haven't noticed that before, Mort, but you need a keyboard and mouse first before you can switch. Yeah, and that's it, Polonium. I can't, at this point, I can only at this point sorry, I'm thinking. Oh, I keep forgetting. How do I change? I'll work it out. Here we are. On the right hand side it's got what I need. That changes that, and I didn't want that. Left trigger is building. I wanted oh, that's what I wanted. Yeah, and then the switch between each one was that. And then so I needed my inventory was that. And then obviously you get used to it after a while. So I don't see what's wrong here, Polonium. It's It looks exactly as it should be. Oh, hold on. Oh, can you? What happens if you go to the? Oh, you can't press all the buttons. You can't do an elevator annoying. But anyway. But yeah, I think that's it. And to get nothing to see here, it's working as expected. Off the subject, on keyboard and mouse, how do you switch hotbars and how do you copy one setting in building, have it apply the next buildings instead of going to each building and change the recipe? So, good questions, because I was playing with this. If you hold the left button down, that's not it. I had this before. I did do it. That's it. So holding my top one and pressing left and right. Switches between the different hot pads, different hot bars. So that's just something you just get used to. Let's get out of here before I destroy things. Thanks, R-Force. It is good to be back with everyone. And how do you copy one setting in a building? So that should just be a matter of, oh yeah, having to hold in the thingo to move was frustrating. So X to configure, right trigger and left is copy, and right trigger right is paste. Now let me get out of here. I should be able to sample right. I'm trying not to break. So if I press X, there's a manufacturer. Oops. So is it X to sample? Yeah, I have to just go dismantle mode and then X. Build it with my right trigger.
Have you double checked all the ratios?
Ada, I have not double checked all the ratios, but some of them. Game looks good and run and stream quality good, but audio is lower than YouTube. Okay. Thanks for the feedback on that. So right trigger and left will copy and right trigger right will paste. So right trigger and left copies. Oh, do I have to go into the machine? Right trigger and left to copy. Yes. And then, so I can't do right trigger right. I have to go into the machine and right trigger right to paste. But you know what it did do? Which I think's a new thing. It copied the recipe and the clock rate. Volume audio seems fine to me in Twitch, unless you change the audio. I added so sampling, embedding copy settings and customizations in 1.1 lim. That is freaking awesome. I like that. That's awesome, Lim. So that really makes, apart from normal players, controller playing so much better. So someone could, when they knew what they were doing properly, I do like you've got the tooltips along there telling me what I need to do. I'm trying to run. But yeah, I could just go and rotate now, and then you could just go. Obviously, that's not very well aligned. But with practice on a controller, that would be excellent. Planium, so you can't place boxes on the bottom shelf. That's correct, Planium, but Lim is fixing that as we speak. And he's also fixing some nudging. He came along at the right time. We didn't even have to go to questions.satisfactory to log it. But yeah, I really like I can see why the controller implementation is the way it is and how you've changed the grouping of things and that sort of stuff. It's obviously, it's pretty impressive how much has been done, but also on the flip side of saying that, like the things I'm impressed with are how we've now got the tooltips that are for controller buttons. The only downside I have is that I can't just put this down now and go to my keyboard and mouse. For me to say, if I wanted to go exploring and I jump out of the Explorer and I'm finished, I've now got to go here. No, not here. 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 Okay. A. And then now it's done. But I understand why, because when I go back to the map now, I don't have the recipes, the blah 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 and the blah up here. Yeah, hot swapping would be nice. There was some reason why it wasn't done, but can't remember what. Yeah, I can understand it. I think it's got to do with all of this interface stuff. Like here, that when I was in controller mode, the map and the to-do list and the other one, and that was here. And you know, it actually reminded me of something I haven't seen, and I'm just going to look at the codex is O. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I came into. I think it was maybe update 1. Maybe it's a long time since I've been in here. And I forgot this even existed until I was in the map in controller that it was up there. You cannot go from 1.1 experimental to 1.0, but if you play on 1.1, you will still be able to play on what? Yep, obviously, yep. Yeah, I would assume that would be the case, Lim, especially with things like your priority mergers and that. Yeah, I need to add the codex. Sorry, I need to, because I've just discovered the codex, I need to add a note to my notes about my tutorial series using codex with O to look at inbox. Okay, that's cool, because now that I think about that, you ever need to add when that will drop? No clue. I don't think we said anything about that yet. No, I don't think you have, Lim. Not at all. So in the codex, I wanted to, so my latest research, or the priority merger. There's no audio for the priority merger. I don't know, like, if I go something that I've played, the quantum encoding.
Milestone reached.
Okay.
This is not a competition, but other pioneers, such as 83CKY
perhaps-
and U531355, had already completed project assembly by this point.
Perhaps there's no audio
Fix-It was obviously
recorded yet.
wrong about you, but perhaps...
Because it also happened with the elevator was one. No, yeah. When I bought the elevator, personal elevator purchased, I noticed there was no audio messages for those. I went and checked volume levels and that, and yeah, and it's only because we're talking about the codex and that went back to the controller, I realised, oh, you can actually listen to things again. I didn't try it I haven't looked through all the quality of life stuff, but I tell you what, I did like the smoke effects. I did notice them on the gas pillars, but also on the smelters. Had some nice thick black smoke. If that's new, that's awesome. It's still an experimental 1.1. Absolutely, R-Force, it certainly is. That's how they find all this stuff. They get us annoying people to look at it. But yeah, how cool is that chunky smoke? Because I've been working closely to these on my other tutorial save, and yeah, I would have noticed that. Yeah, it looks great. I really like that. What else did I like? Well, that's, yeah. Nudging, the vertical nudging too, by the way, excellent. And the max distance removed on nudging, that's awesome. Falling trees. Nice. That's much better. I like that. That's good. Would you say Satisfactory is more CPU or GPU intensive? Well, I was looking at that. I was up to... So I play on 1440p. And my GPU really isn't doing much, but my CPU, this was up at 75% before. That's the most I've seen. It was just buzzing along. Yeah. Once your factory gets bigger, absolutely, Lim. Yeah. I'm getting my money's worth out of my computer, that's for sure. What else was I looking at? Let's look at some of the quality of life stuff I didn't get around to yet. That was good. The spore on the gas filters, we saw that before, but there's some over here we can check out again. It did look a lot thicker, and yeah, that looks much nicer than before. Well, it looks much yuckier than before. So whether or not that's nicer is the eye of the beholder. Explosive rebar and Noblix VFX. I didn't actually pay attention before when I dropped one. Yeah, we'll get rid of that one. Oh yes, that's right. The way it dismantled. Power slugs. Oh, jeez. I think what we'll do is we'll go to somewhere that I haven't completely obliterated the environment to get power slugs. This factory. This is our dark matter crystal factory. Remember? Oh yeah, our Christmas trees are here too. All that Christmas stuff. But more importantly, yeah, I really like the deconstruction of this stuff. That was really cool. That's really going to help that no handcrafting challenge, no manual crafting. 100%. Unprepared. Hold on. When I was in the menu earlier, a few things got moved around by accident. Where'd you go? Ooh! Hey, that looks so much nicer now. And the sound. Oh, this is not the filter I was looking for. Yeah, I really like the improved photo mode, that's for sure. Oh yeah, look at that. And we've got the moon. So, I haven't played much of this stuff. Anyway, that's cool. Okay, so that was the power side quality of last stuff. It's actually really nice. Dynamic occlusion system for foundation and walls. Factory sounds will now be occluded and muffled. I don't really have any properly walled-in factories, so I have to take your word for it. The hub has a unique audio setup as well. That we should go and check out, because I do have the hub accessible. The hub is near factory stuff. The conveyor throughput monitors, they're excellent. I've got to say though, my number one favourite thing is conveyor wall holes. It's just absolutely amazing. You don't know how long I've been waiting for that. Literally since I first played, probably update 1 is when I was like, we really need conveyor wall holes. There's probably even, when you could report bugs and add suggestions from inside the game, I think I even may have suggested that back then via that way. Okay, so the hub. Real coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I was looking at this on 1.0 the other day. So that's impressive. Oh! Oh, wow. Okay, there's even more. Nice. Alright, what else is in here? I had a quick look in here, but I didn't see anything different. But yeah, I obviously didn't look closely enough at the... I flushed something earlier. And there was, yeah, the Fixmas board leftovers. And I looked at all this earlier. There was a... I've never played this. Oh, okay, you can't rotate the pieces. I know there was a how to, but I'm like, nah. Oh, so there's only so many of each piece. Ah. If I put that there, I'm screwed now. I have played this game since update 1 and never knew it had mini games. Polonium, this was added in update 7 or 8 or even 6. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that thick smoke out the window. That is just what you need. What's that gold thing? It's a golden joystick. It's the Golden Joystick Award. That's what it is. What the fuck's that? Well played. Well played. Oh yeah, because they got rid of the vote for the Steam Awards poster that was here. Do not flush all these things, or hold on.
On behalf of planet Earth, I am telling you to read that damn sign.
Awesome. Oh, radiation. I mean, I could go and get some. I mean, I will go get some. Do I have my... I do have a ton of filters on me, yes. For science, that's right. For science. Well, I think barrels of nuclear waste is what we should take back with us. Oh, those filters are going down. Oh, look at that smoke out of a refinery. Nice. And like I was dying. I've not gone through the portal with radiation before. What? You can only put one in?
Are you just being contrary?
Oh, yes. Yes. You can actually.
Can you read? Do you understand basic images? Do you have any intelligence whatsoever?
Can get rid of. Oh, I didn't put anything in there before I flushed.
I understand the urge to destroy things sometimes,
Oh.
except I actually have the self-discipline not to.
Hold on. I flushed without putting anything in there. And she still complained.
The sign is right there.
It's the sign of the times, Ada.
I swear basic sign comprehension was part of the pioneer criteria. What happened?
What happened? You put a sign there saying not to do something. People are going to do it.
Would you flush kittens or puppies down there too, if it was on the sign?
That was the exact response to what I just said. The first person to piss
Do you
off
know what
Ada.
happened the last time that got stuck in the toilet? No, you don't. Neither do I, because that section of the universe is now a hazard zone. Next time, take a moment to look at the instructions.
Lars, that was just too funny. It was, wasn't it?
I'm going to remove the toilet from the hub at this rate.
She's got a few lines, hasn't she?
There's being wasteful and ignorant, and then there's you, worse.
Nice.
Do you need me to tap the sign?
I assume you can put power slugs in there.
Fine, be like that. I hope it explodes.
I will. I will.
Read the sign.
It almost feels like Hannah's at the other end of the keyboard there.
You cannot automate this, I'm afraid.
Oh, I flushed it without putting it in there. You wonder how he responds? We're going to find out.
If I tried to reverse psychology you'd just do the opposite again.
I mean, I'm getting rid of uranium slower than I can recycle it properly.
Did you not see the sign?
Did she say that one? I think she said that one already.
I'm not sure how that fit.
Right. I haven't heard that one. Oh, I flushed without putting anything in there again.
I can confirm that flushing the toilet is indeed one among many possible actions you can choose to perform.
Mm-hmm. This is another mini game, isn't it?
I have always considered myself fortunate for not needing to tend to biological functions. Right now, I feel extra fortunate. Is this an attempt at a scientific experiment?
Yes. He's doing it for science.
The lack of hygiene in this room is concerning.
How many?
I assume you didn't need that.
I did not.
Oh, that made a nice splash.
So now she's got past the, you're not supposed to flush that messages.
Yes, the toilet works.
Now she's just into normal toilet messages. I wonder if there's an achievement for putting all those things in.
I won't question your sanity. I know there's precious little of it.
But I can't put a pioneer in there. Everything else I could put in there. I broke it? I think so.
You couldn't see it with your human eyes, but that item contained a volatile substance that could only be negated with water, so it is for the best.
It's good that she doesn't recycle just the bad lines.
Congratulations on a successful experiment. Now back to work.
I wonder if that was the last one.
And here I thought you went through all that effort to make that for a good reason. Modern plumbing might be humanity's best invention.
Oh my God. How many lines have you got? I can tell you how many. It's how many empty barrels
You
we'll
know
have.
you have a trash can, right?
You can't put uranium waste in the trash can, Ada. There's at least... She has different lines for different items as well, I think, like edible
Do I need
items.
to remind you of FICSIT's no waste policy?
You're trying to distract me now. Because if I forget that I've got uranium waste, I'll die.
Hold on.
It's perfectly fine over there. You can see it out the window. It gets me from here. What?
This must be a very novel experience for the toilet.
I bet. Flush a hard drive?
That one displayed signs of sentience.
Well, I'm not gonna... I think I've reached my limit. Let's go get rid of that uranium waste. Dispose of it properly. That was pretty funny. You think you're gonna die. Surprised the water not turn yellow or green in flush. Yeah, Death Raven. You'd think so, wouldn't you? But wow. That's how you get rid of uranium waste. Oh, I didn't get stuck with the uranium bug either. Maybe that's been fixed in 1.1. Novel experience. I'm sure after a dodgy curry, what I've left in the toilet will be more toxic. Oh dear. Alright. I'm curious what the physics are like in my Vomitron 5000. If there's anything changed. Enter at own risk. At the space elevator. Oh, that's right. This is finished now. I don't have that message at the top anymore telling me I need to put 50 reinforced iron plate. Well, that's nice. All right. What else did we do? We did... Yeah, the hub has a unique audio setup. Yep. Player sounds will now change dynamically depending on your surroundings. For example, high ceilings, tight corridors, or inside caves. You know, that reminds me. I wanted to come over to here and have a look at that. I would have to go to this one. Yeah, let's go in here. I discovered a sound yesterday that I'd never heard before. And it was, I should be able to go test it just over here. It was those weird wooden trees, these popcorn trees. Where's my inventory? There. God. These things. Hold on. That is the weirdest sound. I've only ever heard it on these things. It's the only area in the ground. Vomitron may need an epilepsy trigger warning, possibly. And it's only on the ones you can walk on. But yeah. I discovered that yesterday. I'm like, wow, that's bizarre. That. And that. Voice chat attenuation. I don't have that. And there were bug fixes and all that sort of stuff. That's about it, really, I think. That's going to wrap up my the 1.1 today, to be honest. That works. There's one other thing I wanted to try. I had some trouble with the jump pads. I wanted to try that again. Can't remember if that was a... It was just the other day. Oh no. See, that's working. That wasn't there the other day. I tried this in 1.0 and something was weird about it. But I think it's fixed. Well, I think it just may I may have just have to reload the save the other day. Because that's working perfectly normal. Get rid of that. There we go. Alright, I think that's going to be it for today. That was the first patch of 1.1 experimental, and there were quite a few things I liked, but the conveyor wall holes, they were amazing. The lifts were good. The merger, priority merger, I like that. That was good. There are a couple of other things that were really good, but overall, beautiful. What a great patch. I'm looking forward to that hitting the live branch. It might be a while away yet as they figure out all the bugs, but that's fine. That's how it goes, but it's great we get to try it out before it gets and find all those little bugs. And we had Lim drop by. Thanks very much, Lim. That was excellent. We'll be able to give some direct feedback there and identified a couple of things, so that was good. And the joystick, the controller stuff, that was really good to spend a good amount of time. Actually, the other good one was the when you copied a building, sampled a building, it would take the overclocking and the settings and the recipe selection with it. That was amazing. I'll go back to 1.0 Def Raven. That'll be when I come back, and not tomorrow but the following day. We'll just continue with that, because once 1.1 comes, that'll be flowing into that, and I've got all these ideas that I know exactly now how what I'm going to do is going to happen because of all these changes that are coming. So I'm really excited about that. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, night. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.